So if you could remove yourselves from mute and just let me know when you hear your name, I would appreciate it. Just a moment. Number one on our calendar, Michael LaShawn Anderson and Moesha Payne.
Present.
Judge, I'm here on that case.
Okay. Okay, so I've got everybody. Thank you. Then I have Michael Anderson and Sarah Aziz.
I am here, Your Honor. I'm present.
Okay, thank you very much. Got everybody on that one too. Stephen Berry and Toby Lakeisha Howard.
I'm here.
Okay, and Mr. Berry, has anyone heard from him?
He's here as well.
Okay. Franklin Lamar Deal and Cora Hardrick.
Here, Judge.
Here.
Okay. Brianna Tillman and Patrick Fambrough.
I'm here.
Okay. We'll move that forward when we get to that.
I'm sorry, you advised him last time that he didn't have to show this time if payments were still being made, but I had a question still concerning the case. That's why I'm present.
Okay, hold on one moment. Let me just get through the calendar and then I'll come right to you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Jonathan Freeman and Denise Lowe.
Freeman.
Did I hear Denise Lowe?
I didn't see your name on there.
Okay, Frederick.
I'm sorry, excuse me, Judge. She wished not to. I sent you an email concerning her
Okay,
this morning. Position number 6.
position number 6. One moment, please. Can't locate that one. I do see one on position number 8. If you could just resend it while I'm calling the calendar, I will get right back to that. Okay?
Okay, Judge.
Okay. Position number 7, Frederick Ali Sharon Hill and Brianna Harrison.
Hello, I'm here.
Okay, and Mr. Hill, are you here?
He is here. He said he can't use the functions, but I see him on there.
Okay, okay, we'll get to that matter as well. Okay, position number 8, is Eric Hill present? Okay, just want to make sure he didn't show up. That one has been rescheduled. Kay Lonnie Ray Huffman and LaRon Johnson Sr.
Ms. Huffman is stating that she's having problems in signing in. I requested her to refresh her system.
Okay, and is Mr. Johnson present?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Soraya Israel and Latoya Jones.
I'm here. Good morning.
I can hear you.
Okay, great. Xavier Landers and Brittany Wayman.
I'm here, Your Honor.
I'm present, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Brett Millard and Andrika Harris.
Here.
Okay, thank you. Michael Savage and Coma Carter.
I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Lazar Scott and Lynette Bowler.
I'm here.
I'm here.
Okay, great. Anthony Darnell Stroud and Walteria Jordan.
I'm here.
I see Anthony Stroud as well. Okay. And Charlie Washington and Brittany Moss.
I'm here.
Charlie Washington. Okay. Okay. So we've gone through the calendar and let's see. Ms. Ford, is there something? I thought I was going to receive something regarding position number 6.
Yes, I just sent it to you. You didn't get it, Judge?
The one that I see is regarding position, let me just make sure. Yeah, position number 8.
Yeah, I just resent it to you. Yeah, it said it was sent to you. And I said this is position number 6. I sent it at, let's see. I sent it at 9:13.
Okay. Okay, position number 6 is hereby dismissed.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Now I am going to go to position number that you're about to present is the truth and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury.
I do.
I'm sorry, Mr. Anderson. Okay. Okay, so I do see child support that was credited today. However, Mr. Anderson, we're still bit
Your Honor,
away from,
if I could interrupt, since the calendar was done, there has been a more recent payment paid January 30th, 2024 in the amount of
Okay.
$350.84.
great, okay. Okay, that would constitute child support for January. Did you receive those monies, Ms. Payne?
I did.
You may not have gotten the most. Okay, okay. Okay, so Mr. Anderson, is this something that you're going to be able to keep up every month?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. The question is whether I need to keep you on the calendar. Well, you know what? Just to be on the safe side, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a lot of space. Ms. Lanier, what is my second calendar in April?
It's April the 19th, Judge.
April the 19th. So I'm going to reset you for April the 19th so that I can evaluate February and March and April to see whether you are making your payments or whether this was just to kind of get the case closed out. So you need to make sure that you stay up without the court, trying to, stay on you each month, make those payments. Okay. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And are you going to be able to monitor Attorney Majeski?
Yes, Judge. I interact with Mr. Anderson at least 3 times a week, and we discuss this quite frequently.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Okay, Ms. Payne, you have a question.
Yes, I just want to be clear. The total for the month of January, because I know sometimes the payments are like towards the end of the month. So can you tell me what was credited totally for January?
Okay. 529. Let me just make sure. Is that what you show, Ms. Camarillo? And 73 cents.
Okay, so the payment that just posted yesterday is for January, not for February.
Ms. Camarillo, if you can tell me, I don't know the exact date that it was. I think she said it was January 31st. Is that correct?
January 30th.
30th.
So that would take a couple of days to hit her account.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so yeah. Well,
Okay, so that's why we're evaluating February, March, and April moving forward.
okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, and you are dismissed, just Ms. Payne.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. And if we can bring in Ms. Aziz.
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. Okay, so I show that Ms. Aziz received a payment in January of $72.85. Did another one come in for her as well?
Your Honor, January 30th in the amount of $156.41.
Okay, and that would take us to the amount that we need. Okay, so Ms. Aziz, what I'm doing in your case is I'm doing a reset for April the 19th. I'm giving the case some space because now what I want to do is evaluate to make sure that this continues for February, March, and April to see whether it's not just the one-time thing to get out of, coming to these hearings or whether we're going to be able to maintain this. Okay?
Okay, sounds good. I had one question, Your Honor. For the month, I know we're not dealing with December, but I was just trying to make sure for December, was there ever another credited amount for that? Or does that just roll over to arrears if it's not collected?
When it's not collected, it does roll over into arrearage. So that's why we kind of don't address it anymore because of that. But this other payment did come in prior to the end of January. So that's why it is, credited to January. And so February, he is expected to pay that full amount.
Okay. So even if it's at the end, towards the end of the month, it's still credited for whatever
for that
payment was made in. Correct. Okay. All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. So we'll see you on April the 19th.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay. You have a great weekend.
Okay. You do the same. Thank you.
Okay. Attorney Majeski, if there is anything else, let me know or else I will dismiss everybody.
No, Judge, that completes my business with you. Can I be excused?
You are excused, as well as Mr. Anderson. You are excused as well. And
Thank
thank
you,
you
Judge.
so much for getting that child support in.
Have a good weekend, Judge. Thank you.
Good weekend, Judge.
You too. Perjury.
Yes.
I do.
Okay. Okay, so Mr. Berry, I do see that you made a payment in December. Did you make a payment for January?
No, I'll be doing that Monday.
Monday?
Yes.
Okay, and do you feel that it's going to be the full 456?
It should be.
Okay. Okay, that is good. So what I'm going to do in your situation is I'm going to give you a little space so that we can see whether you're going to maintain these payments or whether you're just, trying to, see if you can get the court to get you out of this. So your next hearing date is going to be on March the 15th. And at that time, I am going to be looking to see what you're doing for, you really should put something in for January, but you need to make sure that you have payments in there for February and March. So I need to see a minimum of 2 payments having been made when we reconvene on March the 24th. Okay?
Okay.
Judge, I'm trying to understand what you said, because he hasn't made payment for January. So
So I did tell him I want to see a minimum. The reason I do it that way is because in actuality, he has till the end of March to pay March. And it'll be in the middle of March. So I'm making sure that we see that payment for January and February at a minimum. Okay, and then we're gonna see what's going on from there. We're not gonna, just leave you hanging and drop you at that point. We have to make sure that these payments are gonna be consistent. Go
I have a
ahead.
question. I have a question, Judge. One thing, he waits until the court date until he made payment. And I'm trying to pay my daughter's daycare because they went
I
up
understand.
on the daycare on the payments. And I do need help with that because it's like it's at $23 a week, and now it's $44 a week. And that's why I had to take my son out of daycare because I can't afford it. So I was just look at her, go down. I was just wondering, about that because he just wait until the following month to make a payment.
Well, no, he's supposed to make the payment during that 30-day or 31 days, that period when it is due for that month, because that's why we make it so that you can't bring a case until he's 30 days past due.
Right.
But unfortunately, I would like it if Mr. Berry would take that into consideration and pay the money on time, because I understand, all of your creditors are not willing to wait that full 30 days. He's getting more grace than most of us get with paying our bills. But
Right.
unfortunately, that so that the courts are not, overwhelmed with, people filing in all different periods of the month. That's the rule that we have. Okay, but Mr. Berry, just be considerate, I'm not even saying of Miss Howard, but of your child, so that your child can have the consistency of regular care. It would be very beneficial if you could make sure that you send your payments. It would be great if it would be by the 1st of the month. I know with rent, you usually have until the 5th. So let's just say by the 5th of the month, every month, if you could make those payments, it would be very beneficial for the mother of your child. Okay, I hope I'm being listened to.
I also have
Okay.
a quick question, Judge. The payment that he supposed to have paid 901, did child support find out? Did child support find out if the full amount was paid and sent to the other baby mother or not?
I
Because
think we already concluded that he never made a payment for 901. He only paid the 400.
Do I need to send proof to somebody? Because I did.
Okay, hold on a moment. Don't get angry. Miss Arena Camarillo, did we ever get any kind of evidence of that payment? Oh, you're on mute.
Who did he send it to?
he's supposed to send the full amount to me, but I only received 486.
Are we talking about the December 18th payment?
Yes, ma'am.
It was.
Back
Okay,
in December, right? No.
So he got credit for 482.98 in our office.
So, Mr. Berry, if you have proof, I thought we had discussed this at a previous hearing. please send it to child support so that we can get things credited appropriately. But yes, she does have the right to ask about it because you said under oath that you sent it.
Okay, so the app that I'm using to pay child support, y'all don't have no record of that? That don't have nothing to do with y'all?
If you'd like to share your screen and show us what you're looking at, we could take a look at it.
Okay, hold on a second. So you make the payment to DCSS on the go, right?
I'm not over the app, but it's the DCSS app. Yeah.
Okay. What is that? This. So how can I show y'all now?
So is it on your phone? You have it pulled up?
Yeah.
Actually, I see the host has disabled the share screen. But tell me real quick, Mr. Berry, what is the date that it's showing you made the payment?
Okay. Let me go to this one. All right, this is her. And hold on. Payments. Here we go. Okay, it says 12/18/2023 to this one right here. And then it says to Brenda at 12/18/2023.
Got it. And what's the total? Because we're all saying that you paid on 12/18/2023. We're all in agreement.
Okay. So
I started by saying you made a payment 12/18/23. We're crediting you $482.98.
okay. So I sent the 901 plus y'all fees or whatever, right? So Brenda got, it states that she got 414.02 and the FSR fee is 4.5. Okay. Now let me go back to her.
Brenda, are you naming your child instead of the custodial parent?
No, Brenda, yeah.
Brenda's who?
My first kid's mother.
Okay, so we're just talking about this case. 482.98 went to this case. Does it show something else on your app?
Yes, it showed me that it went to Brenda. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. So it was split up.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Yes, sir. Your payments are always going to split. If you have cases that have current support that's owed, then the payments it's going to split up.
Okay, so why are we arguing the point then? If I gave you $900,
do he still owe me?
No, sir. We're here on the case with this custodial parent. So you're only discussing today what you paid on this case for this mom. Other mom's case isn't relevant to today.
Okay, if they split that $900 up between this one right here that we talking about right now and Brenda, then whose fault is that? That's not my fault. If I'm paying child support.
Sure, but it's just the kids, right? So we're just tracking, is the support being paid for the children or not, right? So when you pay through child support services, it's gonna go to both cases. Both kids are important to DCSS.
Okay, so why are we arguing if I'm paying child support and they decided to split that up? Why are we arguing that case?
Okay, Mr. Berry, arguing. We're just trying to make sure you're getting credit for the payments on this case. You said you paid $900 and some, and we're just making sure that you're getting credit for this mom for the right amount. That's all we're talking about.
So you're saying that the amount that he supposed to have paid, even though it got split up, he still owe me $400 and some odd.
All I'm saying is on December 18th, he paid $482.98 towards this case.
For me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And he still owe me money of $400 and some odd that will bring up to 901. Are you saying, is that what you're saying?
I don't understand. I apologize, but he owes arrears. He has to pay $456 every month current support. And I'm saying he paid December 18th, the payment of $482.98. That's all I'm saying. So he has arrears.
And understand that after that month is over, the money falls into the arrearage category. So you're not going to get it twice. You're not going to get it paid directly to you and in that arrears category. Child support has already put that amount into arrears. And my objective here is to keep you current with current support.
Okay, so the other
what he needs.
Okay, so you say
that went to the other mother. So, and that's going to happen with every case. So the thing that Mr. Berry needs to understand is that he has to pay enough to cover both cases for you to get your money.
Okay, so the $456 that is awarded to me for both children is the amount that I should be getting every single month.
Correct.
Okay,
So, Mr. Berry, did you understand that you have to pay? Well, first of all, Miss Irina Camarillo, is that child also under the age of majority?
Your Honor, I don't have it pulled up, but if it's splitting, then yes, that means the child's
Okay,
unfit. It won't
okay.
split.
No, I just found out that his two children from Brenda is over the age of 18, and they are not getting any child support anymore. She is only getting rears that is owed to her. So they told me that the full $456 goes to me, and if he pays over the $456, then that money would go to Brenda.
If that child is emancipated, that is correct.
It's
You
two
will always
children.
get your current support. But let's say he pays $900, then you're going to get your payment, and then the rest of that
456
payment's going to go to her. Yep,
Right.
towards her
Yep.
arrears. If
Yes,
let's
ma'am.
say he paid only $300 next month, then only you would get that money because it doesn't even cover your current obligation.
Correct. Yes, ma'am. That's
Okay.
fine.
Okay then. Okay. Okay then. We are going to do I already told you, a reset for March the 15th in this case. And so I will see both of you then. And Mr. Berry, remember that, okay, so based on what Attorney Camarillo just said, if you pay more, then that money is going to go to the other moms. So we do need for you to make sure that you make your current child support payment. Of course, this money it's not going to disappear. So you're always free to pay more. But I just want you to understand that anything that you pay above is going to go to the other mother until that child support obligation has been completed. Okay, so I'm going to dismiss both of you, and I'll see you on March the 15th.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good weekend. Okay, Mr. Deal, the amounts of money that are going to the custodial parent, they're just not acceptable. Is this an income deduction order, Attorney Camarillo? That's position
For
number
Mr.
4.
Deal, I'm trying to check and make sure this is the right. Yeah, January 12th. Yes, it is an income deduction order, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Deal, these amounts just are not acceptable. I mean, you're going to have to, increase your hours of work. I'm not sure exactly what type of job you work, or you need to get a second job. But, as an example, this month, Ms. Hardrick received $19. That's not going to pay for much of the bills and, for a child.
I understand that, Judge. Like, I just got a new job, so trying to do better. And
So is this new job in addition, or you changed jobs?
change jobs because the last job was seasonal. This job is permanent.
Okay, and have you given the information to child support relating to this job?
Just got the job about last week, and I went on the child support site and filled out all the information, as well as did the extra information through DDS for DHS.
Okay, and is the child with Ms. Hardrick the only child?
Both children, yes, ma'am. They're with her at all times.
Okay. Okay, so Ms. Hardrick, I know that we're going to have to get through a little bit of a transition here because it takes a minute for a new employer to get that information and get it in their system and start making those payments. Mr. Deal, is this job going to be paying more than the previous one? Will she be getting her true amount of child support?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Because I will remind you, you've got a very low child support amount, so, you really need to stay on top of that or supplement it. You can always pay additional monies through Cash App and send us proof of it in order to make sure that she has money to take care of the children now. Okay?
I remember what you were saying in the beginning, Judge, so I won't cause any problems. I'd just rather go through the due diligence of DHS as opposed to dealing with everything else.
I agree. All payments should be made through the proper channels, just for documentation purposes.
Okay. Well, I'm happy that you two are cooperating together on this, and just understand, Ms. Hardrick, it's going to be a little while longer so that we can get this put into place. I'm going to reset. Well, first of all, Attorney Camarillo, he says he has entered that information. Has it been entered into the system for the new employer?
It looks like
I uploaded pay stubs.
Yeah, it looks like. can I say out loud what it is, or the employer, Mr. Deal, or do you want to?
No, ma'am, I would.
Okay, so send me a chat so I can confirm this is who it's with.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. There's a new employer. I think it's going to be from a slightly, the corporation's going to be different, but that looks,
Okay.
we have a new one. I think that who it says it's from is different, but that looks good.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So because I know that it's going to take a minute, I'm going to reset you for March the 15th so that there'll be enough time. It usually takes 6 to 8 weeks for the employer to get everything, put in place. So just so that we're not having hearings just to look at empty paperwork. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and dismiss both of you. Have a great weekend. Okay, and I'll be back on the 15th of March.
What's it going to be 8:30 as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Judge, I'm sorry. If there's any, I guess, would I send an email from the email I received just in case the time I'm not able to? Because with a new job, my hours are a little different, and I will do my best to be present. But if that isn't possible,
then I want you to call Miss Lanier. If there's something coming up that week, just call Miss Lanier and we'll see what we can do at that point. And of course, if the monies have been received, we're not interested in making you come for a court appearance just because. We just want to make sure that all of the paperwork is in place and it's moving forward. So it also would help if you would follow up with your employer as well. That would help ensure that you don't have to take time off.
Oh yes, ma'am. I'm doing it on a weekly basis.
Okay. And in addition to that, if we end up having to come on March 15th, is it possible to be near the top of the calendar? I myself, I have to work 10 to start at 10, so I actually got to go right now.
Right.
But just because I know sometimes it does take a minute with the amount of people on the calendar.
Okay. Miss Lanier, if that's something that you can arrange on the 15th, we'd appreciate it.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Thank
Okay,
you,
then you are dismissed.
You guys have a great one.
We need to see your faces, real person. Next.
Okay, I need to pull over.
Your Honor, the DCSS update is that it looks like court's been scheduled for April 24th in the Superior Court of Clayton County.
Okay. Let me have both of you raise your right hands, please. Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to present is the truth and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Okay. So hopefully you heard Attorney Camarillo, your establishment case in Clayton County is set for April the 24th. And what I can do, because once your child support is established, they are going to set a date, and then the child support would be due 30 days from that date. So I am proposing that we reschedule this matter for May the 17th. Okay.
I'm going to say something.
Sure.
So he has came around, though he hasn't had any financial support. He does give necessities, which is all I care about. And we're also working legally, making everything balanced out half and half. So he knows his dad now. So I don't want to continue to do, I don't know if it's a requirement if we have to continue to do all these types of proceedings, but I am okay with coming to an end about it if he, does his part. If it's all for fake, then we'll come back. But if not, I am okay with just not really worried about the child support right now. My only concern was that he'd be a father and he's showing that he wants to be.
I'm a little confused. Are you asking to dismiss your case?
In a sense, yes. Yes, ma'am.
Now, did you want to wait until, I guess the first thing, are you intending on appearing for that April 24th hearing in Clayton County?
I wasn't aware of it. I did get a call. The hard part about all of this is that I'm in grad school and also working. Most of those, I really don't have time for it. But if I have to go, yeah, I will go.
Well, we recommend it simply because, we consider these benefits to be on behalf of the child. So, we want the child to have the support from both parents. So I would recommend that you definitely show up for the April 24th hearing, so an amount is going to be established. Whether you choose to move forward and enforce it, that amount will never go away until the child is 18, and that amount of money will be owed to you regardless. Okay?
Okay.
I'm going to leave you on that May 17th calendar just so that you know you have time to think about things, and that's a quite a bit of space so that you're not missing school or anything like that. And of course, Mr. Hill, you are always able to pay money to support your minor child. So I just want you to take that into consideration. But your next hearing date for this court is May the 17th. Are you hearing me, Mr. Hill? I can't hear you.
Yes, you said May 17th?
Correct.
Okay.
And you also, I'm sorry?
I was just asking for clarification. That's the hearing?
The hearing with me is going to be May 17th, but you do have a hearing with Clayton County on April the 24th. Okay, and if you haven't received it already, they will be serving you with that. Okay, so I'm going to dismiss both of you. You're free to go. If you could turn on your camera, I'd like to get you both sworn in.
Yes, ma'am. If you can give me maybe just a couple of seconds, I'm driving, so I'm going to pull over.
Okay, definitely. Make sure you.
All right. I can still do the swearing in, but I'm going to go ahead and pull over right now.
No, we really don't want you to be driving through any process.
Okay, understood. Okay, I actually just passed an exit too. Okay, I'm going to come up on the exit now, and then I'll pull over.
Ms. Jones, I do see that payments are being made. Are you receiving them?
Good morning. Yes, I have for the past couple of months. Obviously, if you could just look at his record, you can see the lack of inconsistency. But as far as for the last couple of months, yes. But I do have a question. As far as what is the...
I'm going to swear you in.
We got to swear in.
I'm sorry?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. We haven't even sworn in yet. I'll be quiet.
No. And I'm only swearing her in because I want you to drive. So if you could raise your right hand, Ms. Jones. Do you swear that the testimony that you're about to present is the truth and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So I had a question as far as I know that the income has been, the child support has been deducted because my oldest son obviously is 19. And then, my daughter, she just turned 18 in January, and I'm pretty sure hers is going to be ending pretty soon once she graduates from high school in a couple of months. I have already gone to Superior Court for the arrears, but as far as with how the payments are supposed to be made, is he supposed to be paying weekly, bi-weekly, or it just needs to be paid before the month is over?
By the time the month is over. And he is right now at $454.08 towards the current support, and then another $125 towards the arrearage, which brings you to $579.08 each month.
Correct. Okay, so as long as it's paid before the month is up, that's how it works. Okay, because I'm just making sure, because as you can see how much is in the arrears and just over the years of inconsistency. So I'm just making sure that he's, being held accountable as well. So I honestly don't really have, as of now, any issues, because I'm pretty sure he's tired of coming to court.
So then, Your Honor, that means this case needs to be dismissed then, because you said you're not here for arrears.
It doesn't need to be dismissed. You need to continue to make your payments.
But like the judge said,
okay. First of all, Mr. Israel, that's not. I'm not even going to discuss that because that's not your call to dismiss this case. It's mine. Are you pulled over, or what are we doing here?
So I'm coming up on the exit right now. My apologies my apologies. I'm going to mute my mic until you come to me. I'm gonna get up the exit, and then we can swear, and then I'm gonna mute my mic until you address me. My sincerest apologies for that outburst. It won't happen again.
Okay.
Okay. I'm getting off right now. Okay. I'm getting off. Hopefully I find a gas station. I don't want to sit on the. Oh, it's the gas station right here. Perfect. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, my apologies about that. My apologies. But we're not here for arrears. All right, I'm at the stop sign. I'm
And
getting
Your
ready to
Honor, the
turn to
only
the left.
reason why he has been doing what he should be doing is because I'm always bringing him to court. If it
Candace
wasn't
on.
that, he would not pay it. That's why he's so far behind. So I'm just,
Yeah.
you know,
I
it
know,
is what it is.
I
My children are thriving, and that's all that matters to me. I've been doing my part as far as
Mhm.
being a mother and a father as well. You know, I'm just over it at this point.
no,
But like I
and
said,
I
it's
understand.
I've already have the appointment for superior, so it's
All right,
all
I'm
going to
turning
get
in right now, Your
handled.
Honor. I'm turning in right now. And I'm getting ready to park. All right, Your Honor.
Okay, just raise your right hand when you are
Okay.
safely in place.
All righty. All right. I am officially parked. Oh, we're good to go. Okay, say one more time. You said to do what again?
If you could raise your right hand when you are ready to go.
Okay.
Okay, do you swear that the testimony that you're about to present is the truth and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Okay, so I do see that you did make 2 payments in January, and those were enough to cover your child support. And according to Ms. Jones, you have been paying child support for about the past, I think you said 3 months, 2 or 3 months?
Yes,
Well, I don't,
consistently.
actually, I don't see December, honestly, but you know, but I do
Exactly.
see.
That's what I'm saying, Your Honor. The only time where he makes his payments is when we have to show up to court to say that he's made a
Okay.
payment. Like I
Okay.
said, you can see the inconsistency just over the years, and it just is what it is. Like you said, we're not here for arrearage. That's already being taken care of in Superior. I just need him to just be on top of what he needs to do as the
Okay.
biological father. At this point, my children are 18 and 19 and thriving, and that's all that matters to me. I'm so over this, been over it. You
Okay.
know, it just is what it is.
Okay, so what I'm going to do in your case is, you know, give a little space so that we can evaluate, because like you said, yeah, the pattern does show that when there is a court case looming, that monies are paid and then they stop. So what I'm going to do
Will I have an
is,
opportunity to speak, Your Honor? Forgive me for cutting you off. Okay.
absolutely, but I'm going to
Okay. Yes,
finish.
ma'am.
So I am going to put you down for your next hearing as being April the 19th. Because at that point, I will be able to evaluate the payments for February and March and see if an attempt has been made for April, so that we can come to a conclusion as to whether this is just going to be for the purposes of the hearings, or whether this is going to be for the children. So go ahead, Mr. Israel, and
All right. Thank you for the opportunity to, and once again, I apologize for the outburst. As you can imagine, these things can be very emotional. So what I would like to do, because I don't have the opportunity to speak to Ms. Jones, but what I would like to do is to kind of give some clarification to both her and to both you. So I actually had a very long conversation with child support yesterday. And on paper, yes, it appears that a payment was missed in December. But what actually happened is I usually typically make the payments around towards the end of the month. And usually when I make the app is actually very efficient. So usually when I make the payment, within like a day or two, the payment usually shows up. Now I don't know the process, you know, once I pay it and she gets it or whatever, I don't know that process, but I know about maybe 2 days or so is usually when it processes. What I didn't know is that when there's a holiday, in fact, it actually, if you don't mind me asking, is the child support attorney or whoever, are they present? I thought they were going to be
yes,
present.
they are. Yes, they are.
Okay. May I ask who that person is?
Attorney Erica Arena Camarillo.
Camarillo? Okay, and she can hear me?
She absolutely can.
Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. So, and she can maybe clarify if I'm mistaken, but I was told yesterday that when there's a holiday, that 1 to 5 day processing time can actually go up to 10 days. So I actually have the proof that I made the payment in December, but because of when I paid it, because you know you got the Christmas and New Year's kind of right there together, and so what I believe happened is because of that processing time with the holidays, that's when I guess it got delayed. So that's why you see 2 payments in January. So I completely reject that I just purposefully miss payments. I also think, you know, as a man, the only thing that you have in this life is just your name. You know, the respect, the honor, integrity, all you have is just based upon your name. Ms. Caparillo, if it's not too much to ask, ma'am, can you please state for the record, year to date, how much money I've paid in child support, please, just for the record.
It looks like you've paid $132,950.70.
As you
So,
should. Thank you. We
so,
have
so,
two
so, so,
children.
Your Honor, so, Your Honor, as a man, with integrity and with honor, I completely reject the idea that I have abandoned my responsibilities. I think $132,000 shows that I've done the opposite of that. I also reject the idea that I only make payments when it's time to go to court. How can that happen if you see $130,000? Now, a person can't.
Arrears, though. I mean, you owe
Right. So I can explain. I can explain.
In the weeds, though. I think
no, I'm not.
With
Can I
this
finish?
judge, you don't need to get that far in. It's not going to change the outcome. If they want to make sure that you're making consistent full payments, that's all.
May I please finish? That's fine. May I please finish? But
okay, now I think I can cut this to the chase. Okay, Mr. Israel, we don't have the time because we have other people waiting behind you. We gave you a good 10 minutes worth of grace. Let me tell you, first I'm going to say, I applaud you as a father for making child support payments, but you have to understand that children need money on a consistent basis.
Can I please clarify?
You have to, okay, I think I'm going to have you muted. The same way you make sure that your bills are paid for your personal livelihood, your child's bills from birth until, the mother just does not have the ability to tell the daycare center, the grocery store, hey, you'll get it when I get it. She has to take care of those responsibilities as they are due, whether you help her or not. So I understand where you're coming from. I appreciate that you are making an effort, but it doesn't change the fact that this money is not timely enough. Like, I honestly, when I see nothing made in December, to me, that means that unless you did something personally, those children probably didn't have the Christmas that they could have had if that money was in place. So although you're doing something, you really need to just get to the mark of paying what child support has asked you to pay, because they calculate it based on your ability to earn. And, obviously you're working right now. So you have to put your children first until they get to the age of majority. That is the expectation, because that's the expectation that we have of the mother. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that you understand that that's the way it works. And I have reset you for April the 19th so that we can see. You don't need to really say anything more. All you have to do is prove it. If those payments are made for February, let's say just like your rent, they give you 5 days of grace. So they expect to see that money by February the 5th. If I see that money by February the 5th, March the 5th, and April the 5th, I'm going to say, Mr. Israel, that's great. You did what you were supposed to do. So rather than talking, just prove that you're going to do what you're supposed to do. Okay? You can take both of them off of mute. I'll hear what they have to say and we'll be done.
I'll be very, very brief because, like I said, I'm sure you got a big calendar. The only thing that I just wanted to clarify, just so you have the information, what you may not be aware of, I agree with everything that you said. I was involved in a really bad accident that incurred a bill of over $400,000. I was literally unable. I was literally unable to work, so I did what I could. So I've gotten myself to the point to where now, like you say, I'm working now. So I've gotten myself to where I'm strong enough to where now, because at one point in time I was in a wheelchair. So I just wanted to give you that information just so that you understand why you see such a large gap. And Ms. Caparillo, she said that she saw the large arrears. So that's to kind of give some context as to why those things. Okay. Like I say, I'm only speaking to my character. That's all.
Okay. Your Honor,
so I'm not
arrears aren't just recent arrears. You can't accumulate over $60,000 in arrears in a year or whatever. But yes, you guys, I'm pretty sure have been aware because he's had his lawyer present at times, and you guys were aware of his accident. But you know, I can have an accident, I can fall ill, I can lose a limb, but the obligation is still there to take care of my children. So at this point in our lives, at 40, there are no excuses. But like I said, my children are thriving, they're good. My son is in Tennessee State, 19 years old. My daughter, she's getting ready to graduate high school this year. I just want him to just handle his responsibilities.
Okay.
Because he's responsible for them for the rest of their lives, regardless of how old they get. That's where I'm at with it.
Okay. And I understand both sides. And all I can say is that we have our futures ahead of us to prove everything about our character and to set the example. So let's just move forward. And I'm glad that Mr. Israel, that you're once again recovered and able to work. And we just have to just move forward. Okay, so you are dismissed, and I will see both of you on April the 19th.
One last question. So you said it's going to be forwarded to what date again?
April the 19th.
April the 19th. Okay. I only asked because I found out that I think there was a hearing before this one that I missed, and I didn't receive the paperwork in the mail. So I just wanted to clarify so that I understand. Okay.
Okay then.
All
okay.
Right.
You are dismissed, and have a great weekend.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Scott. I couldn't audibly hear you. Okay, great. Okay, so I am showing that the payments have not been regular, Mr. Scott, nor have they been the amount that the court has ordered you to pay. Can you tell me what is going on?
Last time we had this conversation, they was taking the money for the back pay to the other baby mama. But this time, when you told me to go down there and make the payment directly to them and cancel out the other case, that's what I did.
There was a payment for February 1st. I don't mean to interrupt you. The court just didn't know about this most recent payment. I'm sorry, Mr. Scott. I just want to tell her real quick. February 1st, he made a payment of $300.
Okay.
Sorry, Mr. Scott.
Nope, no problem.
Okay. So, are things on track, Ms. Camarillo? Or was there a problem with the monies being split to another case, and are we back on track now?
Do you still have another case at the office, Mr. Scott?
No, they just canceled that out.
They closed it?
Yeah, they closed it.
If the case is closed, then all money should be paid through here. Okay, it says that, so here's what the notes in the system say, that you were advised that all payments would split between all current cases, but you stated that you made the fee payment to close the other case. So let me go and see if that case is closed. I do see the case number is here. Hold on 1 second. Yes, it looks like that case is closed. And I just want to make sure that it's no longer charging, and it's no longer charging. So as long as that's the only other case, Mr. Scott, then yes, all your payments should go to this case moving forward.
Okay.
Yeah, I just made the 300 payments, so that's the 4.
Okay, that's very good. And are you going to be able to keep this up every month?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put you down for, I'm going to put you on the March the 15th calendar to see if we are still on board with making sure that our payments are being made. And as long as things are going in a favorable decision, then we might be able to consider dismissing this matter. Ms. Fowler, I'm not sure whether you've received that 300 yet. Have you? You probably have.
I have not. I just received a email about it this morning, so I won't see it until Tuesday.
Okay. Well, hopefully let's see, because that one would be that is the payment for February. Is that correct, Ms. Camarillo? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So hopefully you'll see a payment from March by the time that we have our hearing on the 15th. And we'll just have to move forward to see if we're going to get those payments every month. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. You are dismissed. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Okay.
Man, this bitch.
Okay, Mr. Stroud, can you put your face in the camera and raise your right hand? Okay, Ms. Jordan, if you could raise your right hand. Okay. Do you both swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so Mr. Stroud, I am not seeing any monies in your case. There was money paid in May of 2023 and nothing since then. What's going on?
Ma'am, I just started my new job last Friday. I believe to get a paycheck next week, but I just started.
Okay,
and I do have plans on paying it once I get paid. And letting you guys take it out the check.
Have you provided child support with the information relating to your new employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll check on that.
Do I have to go to the office and let?
Yeah, I don't see where that was that provided
No,
online?
I have to go. No, I have to go to the office and
You can chat it to me now and I can send it
Okay.
in the chat if you'll just send me the employer's name and maybe the street if you know it. Okay. Got it.
You got it?
Okay. Okay, so just remember that, Mr. Stroud, you are expected to make your payment. You can use Cash App or so forth until such time as you actually see the money coming out of your paycheck. I am going to reset you for March the 15th because I know it can take 6 to 8 weeks for this process of the money to deduct from your paycheck. Okay, so Ms. Jordan, is everything okay for you?
Yes. Are we going to keep continuing going to court over this? Because it seems like it's
Well,
thing over here.
if on March the 15th, it appears that all of the paperwork is in and you begin receiving those payments directly from the employer, there'll be no reason for us to meet because the money, we're not waiting for him to send it. It's coming directly from the employer. And just remember, Mr. Stroud, that you have to update the court should you change jobs. Okay, because that's the only way that the money would stop. And then you could find yourself back here again. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Good luck, and I am dismissing you. Have a great weekend.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
For position 16,
I'm going to ask you, is this the Charlie Washington?
Uh-huh.
Oh, my goodness.
But he didn't show up when I called the calendar. So
But now I thought he already had a warrant. Does he or does he not?
She never came to sign. Let me make sure. Let me make sure.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Because I know you suggest to her to come and sign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we need to, I can't believe he's been kind of getting away with pretending like he's not him.
Right. Because it was the problem, junior, the third, the second, all of that. Let me see. My system running a little slow, Judge. Oh, she did sign. She did sign.
She did.
She did come in.
Okay. So let's bring her on in
talk to
and
her?
we'll just go ahead and go with the warrant for him.
Okay.
Okay. Ms. Moss, we looked in the file and we see that you have already signed a warrant. So we're going to go ahead and just do the arrest warrant in this case. We are aware of the history of him, telling the police that he is the wrong individual. So we'll make that clear. And he needs to, just basically start paying child support or spend some time in jail.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So unless you have any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and dismiss you.
All right. No, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury. Okay. Oh, Mr. Landers, take yourself off of mute. And Ms. Wyman, I have to audibly hear you.
Yes, I do.
Okay. And Mr. Landers?
I do as well.
Okay, great. Okay, so I am showing that for the month of January, we did receive a significant amount of money, but I don't have the arrearage amount, Ms. Camarillo. Can you tell me where we are with this case?
The arrears amount is current. The only money that I owe now to date is February.
Okay.
Actually, so Mr. Leonard's did pay everything that was behind as of January 22nd, so he's all caught up as he stated. There is still an arrears that they put on the case for an extra $30 a month for. We have a contempt hearing as well as the state presenting other stuff from before them taking over the child support order within the state. So in February, I believe the 21st, 22nd, we should be having a hearing. Mr. Landers has a habit of every time that we don't go to court, he'll go like months without paying or pay like $100 of it or a portion, and then
That is false.
It takes. I'm sorry, ma'am.
That is false.
I would appreciate not being interrupted.
Now, if I could interrupt you, Ms. Wyman, if I could just, because the judge had actually asked me the question, so, and I can kind of just tailor to what she actually needs to know for purposes of today. The arrears have not been adjudicated yet. So since the case was open through our office, what Ms. Wyman's trying to say, since the case was open with our office, he's current. He's been paying since we started taking over. However, there's an amount that Mr. Landers was able to pay directly to the mom before we took over the case, right? So before mom, because it was a private case. That amount, the parties do not agree on the amount that is owed. So what we do is we're going to have a hearing in Superior Court. And at that time, Dad will come in and say, hey, I believe I made these payments. Here's proof. Mom will say, these were not what's made. And then we will know the arrears, Your Honor. He has been paying, though, since the case was open through our office. It's just addressing prior to when it was open. And we will be doing that. We'll be doing that.
The issue then, I guess, for me is that I don't have any evidence that there is any current support owed at this time. So I believe I'm going to have to dismiss this. Your next hearing is within the same month. So, if he hasn't paid by then, it will be addressed at that point. You just would have to, bring up that you haven't received your current month's support. And I believe that unless he goes into a situation where there are no child support payments being made, then you can bring this case back to me again. Okay.
This was only brought up, Your Honor, because of the fact that he had stopped paying in October and then he just paid in January, everything that was back to. I do understand. So thank you.
Okay. You're welcome and good luck to both of you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You are dismissed. Have a great weekend. Okay. Mr. Mallard. Okay. Okay, so in your case, I do show that $251 was paid this month. However, there have not been payments for a while, and that payment last month is not the full amount of child support. So, Mr. Mallard, can you explain what's going on?
I'm going to make another payment like in the next week, and they're going to be consistent from now on.
Okay, are you working a job that we can use an income deduction order with?
It's a temporary job, so it's not like promised, but I'm going to pay via debit card the monthly amount from now on.
Okay.
Until I find full-time employment.
Okay. What I'm going to do in this situation is...
Your Honor, can I speak on that payment, please?
Yes, you may.
Okay, so the thing is, the issue I'm having is that you requested him to pay in December. He had not paid. You requested him to pay January the 1st, and the payment wasn't made until the end of January. And he started his job when we was on Zoom the last time, the 1st of January. I'm just trying to understand why the full payment wasn't made.
Go ahead, you can respond, Mr. Mallard.
Temporary job, so I wasn't working every day, but I will make another payment in a week, and they will be consistent.
Okay, so, you have to understand that there's going to be some unreliability because, of your past. So when you say your job is temporary, what plans are you making to seek a second job or alternate employment?
Oh, yeah, I'm still actively looking for employment. Yes, I am.
Okay, because, we really need to see these payments come in on a regular basis. And you understand that your child support right now is $420 a month, and then an additional $84 towards the arrearage.
Yes, that's $500. So yeah, I'll be making that monthly.
Okay, so I'm not going to give you a lot of rope. I'm going to put you right back on my calendar that is scheduled for February the 16th. Do you feel that you'll be able to have that payment made by then?
The 500 or the rest of the 250? It won't be 500. So what amount are you?
Well, you understand that in February, that's in February, a totally new payment is due. So there's going to be 500 for February that's due, and then you still owe $250 for January.
Yeah, I'll be making it like 300, but it won't be the full 500.
So what other employment are you going to seek? Because this isn't going to work. Every month you'll be falling behind because you're not going to be making the full amount of the payment, because what you're saying is that you're going to make a $300 payment for February. Well, that's not going to pay off the $420 for February, and it's not going to take care of the balance for
So
January.
until I find further employment, then I won't be able to make the full amount of payments until I find further employment. But it will be consistent. It will be on time. I guess it'll be in the arrears, but it will be consistent. It won't be behind.
Okay. I'm going to grant you an extra 30 days to get yourself together financially. And I know Ms. Harris is not happy because I've granted you grace on many an occasion and it hasn't paid off. So I'm just letting you know, I'm going to put my special note down on position number 12 that, at some point you're going to have to start paying this money, or I'm just going to have to take out that arrest warrant and let your case move to a different court, because I can't keep following up with your excuses every single month while this child is in need. Okay, so on March the 15th, we're going to have this hearing again. Ms. Lanier, can you put that special star next to Mr. Mallard's name, because we can't keep extending grace anymore.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm sorry, Ms. Harris, but I don't like to put.
I really appreciate it, but
I understand, and I don't like to put people who are actually working a job in jail because it messes things up oftentimes. But but I understand the needs of your child, and we just have to move things forward. So, do you understand that, Mr. Mallard?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, we'll see you on March the 15th, and you are dismissed.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a good day.
Okay, bye-bye.
If I could interrupt, January 29th, an additional payment was made of $154.53. I just wanted to get that to the court right away.
Absolutely. Well, even before that, it looks like, we are above child support and into the arrearage, so that takes care of current support.
So my only question was, being that this last payment was lesser than the normal regular payments, I just wanted to make sure that wasn't like his last check and they was only giving me a percentage of that.
And that I can't say. I don't know. Do you get any additional information, Ms. Camarillo? I'm assuming that they're just paying the amount towards the arrearage. So once that is, once that's paid, they don't go any further.
It looks like he's paid.
I just know this
January 29th, you did get a check for $154 instead of the $249 you had been receiving, right? Mm-hmm. And so you're trying to make sure, hey, is it changing? So let me do the math real quick on what it should be. So 1 second. So he should be paying $580, which I'm showing that's been covered easily. You know what I mean? So even if it was less than that, let's say it was 150, I'm just, it's going to be contingent on his hours, but let's say it was 154. He's paid weekly. So 154 times 52 weeks means you'd get.
Okay, so he's supposed to pay $1,080 a month per court order back in 2022 because of the high arrearage. So I'm just making sure, because this is, as you may see, this is not anything new that he pays on and off. He start jobs. I just want to make sure I didn't receive just that 154 because he had stopped that job.
No, I understand.
We don't see that. Hold on, let me just go to one screen real quick to see if I show termination.
This is a pattern.
I don't see that yet, but I wouldn't have that. That wouldn't be reported to us like that. So we won't know. We won't know yet. I don't.
But if you'd like, what I can do is, because you're definitely taken care of for January, what I can do is put you on my February the 16th calendar so that you'll know soon enough that the payments have stopped.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, because they've been very consistent with weekly. So if you have not received anything for today and the 9th of February, then we know something is going on. Well, actually, no, I guess the 29th is the one. Well, we're really only giving 1 week, but actually didn't know, but these payments have been consistent. So we'll go ahead. At least that way you'll have earliest possible notice that the monies are stopping if they do stop. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and put you on for February the 16th.
Okay.
And we'll see what's going on at that point. Hopefully the payments keep on going. And if they do, then we'll be dismissing this matter at that time. Okay?
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and you are free to go.
Thank you.
And Miss Attorney Camarillo, I see 11/2/23. Have we received anything else in that case?
No, Your Honor.
Well, and all I wanted to let you know is that for some reason, Miss Kaylani Ray Huffman is having problems signing in, but it's been happening since the entire calendar. But it kind of makes it difficult to move forward. But I do want to let you know that we
issues, Your Honor. That's just how she rolls. As you can see, there has only been 3 child support payments in the history of this case.
go ahead, Ms. Camarillo.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. It looks like that's correct. Miss K. Huffman has only made, I just want to confirm real quick, the 3 payments.
2 of them.
No, I see 4 payments.
Oh yeah, the 1,000 one. I forget about that one.
March
Yeah, the first
2nd, 2023 was 5,000. March
Yeah.
16th was 630. October 3rd was 54. And then you've got the 11/2 was 1,400. So she's in arrears, as of the end of last month, she's in arrears $1,937.42.
And there has been no consistency in the payments and since Georgia took over the case. So
Let's, if you can hold on a second. So I have that she called in to inquire about an involuntary payment on the case, and it looks like involuntary payment was paid December 6th, 2023, April 6th, April 19th. I don't see the December 6th. I mean, that's just a telephone call where someone's telling her that. I don't know why they told her that. I don't see a December 6th. So the NCP, she came in 11/17. I see documentation from the attorney who handled abandonment court that day, and mom did appear, right?
yes, she did.
She said she was a surgical tech, traveled with her job.
She has employment. She has lavish things. She just doesn't pay child support, and she's told me that she's not going to pay it. So we'll be here month after month after month, and we'll see the same thing.
Well, I do recall her, and and I don't like taking people who are actually working jobs and having them arrested, because that doesn't really do anyone any good. But I also don't like when people play games with the court, because this issue of having problems signing in, I'm only going to let that go one time. I am going to reset you for February the 16th so that you'll be right back on this calendar again. And if there are problems signing in at that time, we might just have to do an arrest order.
She already has one from Alabama for contempt.
Really?
And then she has one for Georgia, I'm sure, for not paying child support. So it'll be just an additional warrant.
Well, that's not going to be pretty for her employer, because they do catch up. People may think they're getting away with it, but they do catch up with you eventually. Okay, but I will see you again, Mr. Johnson. Sorry to have to pull you back out again, but on the 16th, and either this case is going to stay with me because she's here and she makes that payment, or it's going to move on to another court to deal with the arrest. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good weekend.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I do not have any information about payments. Child support, do you have anything?
It does not look like he has made a payment through the child support office.
Has he made any direct payments to you, Ms. Carter?
No.
No? So since this order was started, well, I guess that's the other question. When did this order start? It must be a while because we already have 2,900 in arrearage, right?
His first payment was supposed to be October 2022.
Oh, gosh. Okay. But we're going to just go ahead and take out an arrest warrant then. Okay, so has Ms. Carter already signed her arrest warrant? Do
Yes,
you know if
ma'am.
you have?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, well, we are going to just go ahead and do an arrest in this matter, if it's okay with you, Ms. Carter.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, you are dismissed. And, you know, hopefully we'll be able to, the next court will be able to get things on track. Okay?
Okay. Thank you. Is there anything else I need to do?
No, we already have your signature, so we are good. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so I need to sign position number 13, right?
Yes, yes, Your Honor. And it's another one you need to sign.
Oh,
But I
Charlie
have
Washington. Yeah,
yeah, the
number
famous Charlie.
16.
Yeah, the
Yes,
famous Charlie. And you dismiss position 11. But I will have the paperwork ready for you when you come in.
Okay.
When are you coming in? Today is Friday. You coming in next week, Tuesday, or?
Yes, you know my pattern. Yeah, Tuesday's my day off. Now for the other two, I got Mr. not Freeman. I can't even think of his name. I got Jesse to give me a signature pad. So I am able to go ahead and sign those arrest warrants today. So I will just be coming in to do the dismissal.
Okay, do you want me to
And Your Honor, we're still on YouTube. I didn't know if the courts wanted us to be on YouTube and recording.